Your equipment is not holding you back the way that you think it is. When I say equipment, I mean computers or microphones or cameras or any of those things that an aspiring content creator claims is holding them back from creating content. You'll say like, "Oh, I need a better computer," or "I need a computer at all," or "I need better internet," or "I need a better camera," or "I need a better microphone," or anything like that that you think is going to all of a sudden allow you to make content the way that you dream you want to make. I just want to say, obviously, if you look at my channel, there's not much here. There's not a whole lot here. So you might think, where the hell does this guy get off telling me how to do this? And that's a good point, but I want to clarify. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm just going to explain the realizations that I've come to in my own sort of on and off relationship with this platform. My first video that I ever made was on April 1st, 2015, April Fool's Day, which I only just now realized when I checked back. So we had this really old tablet that my dad had. It did have a camera. And my older brother stood on a chair and held the camera just in front of the back of the chair so that it was technically a black screen. You couldn't see anything. And he just panned up to show me and my younger brother standing in front of a bed sheet that was tacked on the wall. And I delivered my little message. "Hey guys, this is my first video. This is what we're going to be doing on this channel. Yada, yada, yada." Basically, we didn't have much. We just had a working camera. It wasn't even meant to be a camera. It was a tablet. The camera was terrible. The microphone was terrible. You can barely make out what we're saying. But we still did make the video. And you know what? At the time, I knew it was a terrible camera. And I knew that my equipment sucked. And I knew that I wanted better equipment. And I told myself, if only I had better equipment, I could make videos just like the guys that I watch. If only I had better equipment, I could make videos just like Jacksepticeye, or I could make videos just like Vanoss. If I had a game console, if only. And you know what? I, through the years, have gotten all of those things. I've gotten consoles. I've bought myself my computer. I built it. I've bought myself new microphones. This microphone was expensive. I bought it for myself, thought I needed this. I bought this headset and these monitors and all this stuff that I always told myself, I just need all of that. I need all of that to make the videos that I really want to make. And you know what? Throughout those years, I've made several different types of videos. I've made subtitle gaming moments videos. I've made commentary videos. I've made gaming news videos. I've made Let's Play videos. I've made all different kinds. But every time I would make a video, I would only do the one video or maybe 2 follow-ups. But most I would ever do is maybe 3 videos on the same kind of subject. And I've always struggled with this sort of concept of what should I actually do here? But at the same time, I was still collecting all these things that I thought I needed, all this equipment, all this stuff. And now here I am, 2026. It's been over 11 years since my first ever video, and I have zero success. I have zero success. I have essentially 0 views, not really any subscribers. I never even made it to 100. And I just still feel like, damn it, I just want to make content. I have ideas. I have my brain. I want to get it out of my head and get it in some form that can be witnessed by others. That's how I've always felt. And lately, and by lately, I mean the past year, give or take, I have been thinking more and more about it. And I've been thinking more and more about myself and my qualities and, my character traits and just all kinds of stuff. I've been thinking, do I actually have anything of value to present to the world? And I've been making a real effort and putting a real focus on watching other small creators. And by small, I mean like less than 10,000, maybe less than 1,000 subscribers, and seeing what they're doing and seeing what they're saying. And I also have listened to, videos that are created by small creators talking about how should a small creator succeed. And honestly, none of it really did anything for me in the long term until recently. I was watching one of these videos and it said something along the lines of be yourself. And I don't know why it actually sunk into me this time. I've heard those exact words probably a million times before in this exact same type of video. I've heard it. Be yourself, be unique, find your niche, be consistent, do this, do that. I've heard that all 1,000 times, as I'm sure anybody watching this has heard that 1,000 times. I really hope that me saying it now for you will do what that video did for me. The reason that it stuck with me is because the way this particular guy said it. He chose to focus on the things that he already knew he was decent at. This is all going to sound, pretty vague and pretty similar, and you're going to really think, "Oh wow, another video that's saying the exact same things every other video says." And that will be true for a moment, but just stick with me. Ultimately, let's go back to my story for a moment. Throughout the years, when I was doing all those different kinds of videos, what I was doing was I was trying to emulate other people's content. So when I was doing the Let's Plays way back in the beginning, it's because that's the content that I was watching. I was watching Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, or I was watching Vanoss and his friends. Vanoss didn't do Let's Plays, but the point was I was watching gaming videos of that style. And so that's what I thought I should make. Because, hey, I see these guys doing it. Works for them. I want to do content. I'll just do that. But I hated it. I barely even made any of it. My brothers, in the very beginning, my brothers were posting on the channel as well. And they both made a couple videos, but didn't really stick with it. And it just didn't stick with me. I didn't like that kind of content. When I sit down and play a game, I don't really want to talk. It's not even that I just want to focus on the game. I don't want to talk, but it's how I unwind. The point is, it was not the right type of content for me. It didn't suit me at all. I had nothing interesting to talk about while I was playing. I couldn't even focus on talking unless I was not focusing on the game. So I either speak bad or play bad or both. And ultimately, not a good fit. The next thing I tried to do was gaming news videos, which really wasn't good at because I was a terrible student and I was not good at researching things. And the whole point of gaming news is like research and journalism and news articles. Really terrible fit for me. I could not pay attention. I could not do my research. I did one video where I pulled up a bunch of tabs on Opera, my browser at the time, because I had seen somebody else do a video like that. I think Ludwig. I saw Ludwig scrolling through his tabs as he proceeded through his video and through his talking points. He was just going through tabs, and I was like, bingo, that's genius. I like that. I like watching this video. Let me do that. So I did that one time, and it sucked. I don't think the video sucked so much, but I didn't really enjoy it. I felt like I was presenting, which I don't really like presenting. I felt like I was, I had bad sources. I felt uninformed on the stuff that I was talking about, which is ridiculous when the whole point of the video is to inform others. So once again, swing and a miss. Terrible fit. Another one I tried to do was, like I said, the subtitle gaming moments videos. I was really into watching Fits and the Misfits when I was in high school. And I just thought it was some of the funniest shit I'd ever seen. And I was like, wow, these guys are blowing up. They're doing great numbers. Like, this content is working for them. I'm going to do that now. And holy crap, let me tell you, those videos were horrible to make. I kind of enjoyed the process of making them, but I spent so long editing them that I was completely burned out. I spent so long editing the first one, and I think it was like 7.5 minutes. And it got some views from the friends that I sent it to, but overall didn't really do much for me. And then I made a second one, a follow-up, because I was like, holy crap, I have to capitalize. I think I might have got like 100 views or something. And at the time I was like, this is fucking incredible. I have to capitalize. Let me do it again. And just like every movie sequel ever, the second time it was a terrible mimicry of the first one, and it sucked. And once again, I was let down by myself. I was like, wow, maybe content creation just isn't for me. I've tried this, I've tried that, I tried this. They all fail, and I don't even like making them. So maybe this is just not for me. And that was about 4 years ago or 3 years ago. And since then, I've still made some more videos. I kind of went back to the gaming knowledge one, the gaming news one, talking about Black Ops 6 or 7. I wish I didn't say those numbers back to back. After making that video, I was still like, man, I just don't think this is what I want to do because this content I don't like this content. Long story short, where I am now, which is making this video, it's the first video I've made in like 7 months. And I feel pretty normal right now. I feel pretty normal recording, which I've never felt. I feel not stressed. I mean, I do feel distracted because I've never tried to like really mush my brain into speaking to myself like this. And I think the reason is because I'm finally making a video where I feel like I'm just being myself and I'm just sort of talking out loud my own thoughts. I'm always a big thinker. I'm always a huge overthinker. I'm always very, annoyingly self-aware. oh my goddamn, saying that, I know it just sounds so, I'm so self-aware. But what I mean is like I'm constantly thinking of how I am perceived. Always what I'm thinking of. And it's not even like everybody who I'm in a room with, how are they all perceiving me? But it's just as a general concept, how am I being perceived? Constantly. I'm just constantly in my own head thinking. And so this video, as rambly as it might be, I've probably trimmed it down. Whatever you're listening to now is definitely trimmed down. But I'm just speaking as I'm thinking, off the cuff. All I wrote down before this was the title, because on the drive home from work, I was like, man, it's time to just do this. And I wrote down like 5 titles of different videos to do. I felt great. One could say I felt motivated, which is not a great thing to rely on in this industry or really any industry, because motivation is so fleeting, but whatever. So I wrote down those 5 or 6 ideas and I felt pretty good. I was like, man, this is easy. These ideas are coming to me like nothing. I feel like if I had a good day, I could probably write like 100 of these, you know? And so I went home, I relaxed for a little bit, and then I scrolled on Instagram for a little bit, which is not a good thing, but that's for a later video. And I sat down, and now here we are. I'm comfortable, I'm talking about my thoughts, and everything's good. I don't know long term if I'll really keep this up. I don't even know if I'll make a second one. I don't know. I've already got a second one planned, but overall, my point is, I think that I've finally found a method and a format of video that I can make comfortably. And it's okay if nobody watches this. It's honestly okay. I just am happy at the moment that this one seems like a good fit. So to bring it all back to my story about equipment, for me, what ultimately ended up happening after 11 years is I'm recording gameplay and I'm slapping a voiceover on it. And while yes, I'm using that equipment that I've got to do those things, even 11 years ago, with what I had then, I could do this exact thing. I could have recorded my games because I was doing that already. Granted, it was on a phone recording a TV, which is just so ugly. But I could have done it, and I could have had the audio and everything, and I could have recorded my own voice. I think I just used probably that tablet with the microphone, just record a black screen and just talk. I believe I did that a time or two. And so I could have done exactly what I'm doing now back then with exactly what I had then. But I still spent 11 years telling myself, no. I need this. How can I make content if I don't have this? How can I do the content I want if I don't have this? And you know what, ultimately, I think I just wasted 11 years. I think it's what just happened is I just wasted 11 years. So please, really think about whether or not you actually need anything different than what you already have. Think about what you actually want to make. Think about what type of content you actually want to make. Don't kid yourself and don't fool yourself and don't lie to yourself. Think about whether you can actually make that content with what you already have. I feel like nearly everybody on the planet has a phone, and phones are so elite at this point that you can damn near do everything on the phone. You can edit and record your voice, and you can do effects, and you can do all that crap on your phone if you really wanted to. I mean, you can't do console games, I guess, there's always going to be caveats. Oh, well, I can't do this with what I have. Okay, well, see if there's a version of it that you can do with what you have. Ultimately, the point of this video is to try to impress upon you that the thing holding you back is not your equipment. The thing holding you back is possibly your clarity on what you want to do, but the biggest thing holding you back is you. Genuinely, it's you. And I don't mean that in a discouraging way. I just mean so many of us completely delude ourselves thinking, I think I need this, I think I need that, I think I want to do this, I think I want to do that. And I think it's fine to experiment. I mean, I experimented. I made several different genres of thing, and I hated it all. I think that part you kind of might have to do. But just know that you can do that stuff without brand new, shiny equipment that all the fancy guys have. You don't need all that. You really, really don't. And the difficult part in this video, to me, the difficult part right now is that it's hypocritical. It's like super hypocritical because now I have all those things and I'm saying, oh, you don't need it. But seriously, please believe me. The thing that I'm doing right this second, the thing that you're watching, the thing that you're listening to, hopefully you're getting something out of it. This could be made with just gameplay of any kind. Anything could be on the screen, damn near, and your voice. I feel like you have everything that you need to make the video. But you have to be realistic with yourself, The thing that I did for so long was try to emulate these people who were elites compared to me. You know, they've been doing it for so long. They hit success because they were doing it for so long and because they had gotten so good at it because they did it for so long. So don't try to sit there and think, oh, well, my favorite creator has a Shure SM7B and they sound incredible. The sound is amazing. How could I ever compete? Or how could I ever even emulate? But the thing is, they didn't get to that point with the Shure SM7B. It was a reward for their hard work before they had equipment. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sure you probably do. I feel like I'm circling on the same thing again and again. Editing this might be a nightmare. I just want more people to chase their goals and chase their ideas, you know, because the thing that I do constantly is let my ideas die. I almost kill them instantly. I have an idea. I'm like, man, I want to do this. And then within seconds, I'm like, no, but it's not going to be good, or nobody's going to watch it, or it's already been done 1,000 times, or anything like that. I have those counter thoughts so fast. And that's my biggest struggle, is letting my idea live for just a few minutes at least. Even this one, I almost killed this one, but I was like, what's the harm? You know, I'm going to put this out there, and ultimately, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if 5 people watch this or 1 million people watch this. It does not matter. It's the internet. It's content. It doesn't provide me anything. So you just really lower the stakes on yourself, man. Try to find something you enjoy. And that sounds so generic. I think I would hate hearing my own advice right now. But just when you figure it out, it makes so much sense. The difficult part is you have to figure it out for yourself most times, which is true for most things in life. Like when you're a kid and adults tell you like, oh, enjoy your time in school, you know, because adulting is scary. And, you know, everybody tells you like, don't do this, it's bad, and do this because it's good. And you don't listen and you do all the bad things and then you regret it. That's the difficulty of life, to be honest, is that you really can't know anything until you experience it and come to your own conclusions. But I think that you can push through that if you really try. You can hear some good advice and you can accept it into your heart without having to make those mistakes. And that's what I would like you to try to do after this video. Write stuff down. Write ideas down. Don't say, oh, this is a great idea, so that means I'll remember it. You won't. You won't remember it. Write it down. If I didn't write down these titles on my way home, I would have forgotten them. I would have gone on Instagram, wiped my brain with absolute brain rot and forgotten all of it. And I would have sat down and been pissed off again. Don't do that. Write stuff down, man. It's okay. And take it easy. This was the first episode of a new type of the Late Night Crunch. I don't know if this will go anywhere. Don't know. And at this particular moment, I don't really care, although I'm sure I will in the coming days. That is all from me. Again, I've been the Late Night Crunch. Thanks for watching. And subscribe if you were able to make sense of everything that I said. Bye.